Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dream Team Chat on a Tuesday. Tonight, we are talking about how to work your business offline. I am Brianna Engel, Superstar Director of Scentsy Dreamers.
And I'm Alex Erickson. I'm the Star Director of True Life. I'm a Dream Chaser. So happy you guys are here.
Yes, thrilled.
Yes.
We have such a good group tonight, you guys. So excited.
I know. Look at this.
It makes me so happy. But ironically enough, we are talking about working your business offline. So
True.
we're so glad y'all got online for this tonight. But we are going to be just touching on the idea of how can we take our business offline so we are still providing good customer service, gaining new customers, and should something in the future ever fall apart, you have the resources to be able to work your business successfully off the internet, right? Look, rosy hair. Okay, so we just want to give you the tools to be able to do that and kind of touch on those ideas. So I am going to actually preface it by saying that there are a lot of benefits to being online, and me and Alex both run our businesses, I would say at least 50% online.
Yeah.
We do a lot of it online.
I would say it's more than 50%.
At this point, yeah, probably.
I'd say it's like 70%
Yeah.
online. But that doesn't mean that the other part is
not
less important.
Yeah.
I think it's so important.
Yeah, for sure. And we are gonna be touching on those benefits and like that kind of thing. And so we don't want to put out this message like you should just log off and never log back in. Because we do hold a lot of weight in having an online business and would still encourage it to anybody who asks what our opinion is of it. But like I said, should anything fall apart, or now that we're stepping into seasons where COVID is not really so prevalent, where people are staying at home and online all the time, like how do you start to move your business into areas that are offline so that your business can still grow and succeed, because people aren't spending all their time online anymore.
Yep.
So we just want to plant those ideas, but just know in the back of your mind that like being where the people are, which is still primarily online at this point, is important.
Yeah.
Okay. And we would still encourage that. So with that being said, the first thing I'm going to touch on is what me and Alex both agree is like the number one best way that you can still support your customers, have a relationship, even gain new customers. This is a way that you could gain new customers. The best way that we agree that you can do this is by personally messaging, and I'm just going to throw it out there, texting your customers. Like that one-on-one communication, that sending a message on your phone is the best way that you can communicate with your customers offline.
Yep.
Okay. Period. That's it. So following up with your customers via text messages, that's something that you guys should be doing anyways.
Like any free time you have to work your business that's not online, like that should be number one, like the first thing that you make sure that you are doing.
Right. And that's something that you can do in conjunction with your online business. So like you definitely should be doing that even when you're holding an online business. And so probably where Alex says she does her business 70% online, there's probably 25% that she's spending texting, right?
Yep.
So there is so much relationship, customer building. And where I feel like you can gain new customers is in referrals, right? So when you're following up with a customer and you're asking them how they're liking their Scentsy and they're telling you it's great, they don't really need a refill right now, you can say, hey, okay, great, no problem. Hey, if you hear of anybody who needs wax, or if your sister who ordered last month says that she needs wax, just send her my number, let her know that I'm here, let her know that I'm placing an order on Friday if you talk to her, or if you have any friends who might want some wax or whatever. Feel free to insert that inside of your follow-up to let your customers know that referrals are not only like helpful, but they're wanted.
Yes.
Right? That to me, it just shows that you're hungry to support and to share and to love on other people. Yep. Right? And there is nothing wrong with you letting your customers know that you are open to that. And I don't think that it's spammy. I don't think that it's weird. I don't think that there's anything wrong with saying, hey, if it's cool, you don't need anything, or even if they do, like, okay, cool. Like,
do any of your friends want to go in with you on this order?
Right.
Share split shipping,
there's just a lot of opportunity for you to build relationship and at the same time get referrals. Okay. Yep. It's just another seed that you're planting inside their head. So maybe they tell you, no, actually, I don't know of anybody right now, or I haven't heard anything, but I'll keep you in mind. And then boom, a week later, they're like, oh, my sister had texted me because she came over to my house and my house smelled so good. And then she texted me asking for your information. So I sent it over. Yep. That's how you plant seeds with your customers about referrals.
And your customers want to refer you. Like they feel good when someone's looking for a Scentsy girl and like they know the perfect one. Right. Like that is a cool feeling for them because they're so confident in their choice to recommend you. Yeah. And so referrals are so powerful, you guys.
Yep. Yep. Oh, 100%. I get so excited when I can refer people and recommend people because it makes me feel good about being a customer, and I'm just excited for that person to experience the reason why I'm so excited about that referral, right? So following up via text message, personal message. I mean, I guess text message is the only way unless you're communicating via like
email,
WhatsApp, or Snapchat. Like if you slide in people's DMs like that, whatever, I don't care. But following up via texting is basically what I'm getting at there. I think that is the number one way you can be working your business offline. And if you are not doing that yet, you should be implementing that into your business.
Like right away.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like tomorrow. Yeah.
If you are not texting your customers following up, like that's a bigger customer service issue. Like that needs to be like you need to follow up with your customers. I know a lot of new consultants might be like, I don't want to bother them. I just joined. I don't want to seem spammy or salesy. And it's not at all. Following up with your customers is essential to providing good customer service. Trust me, even if your customers are not replying right away, they appreciate you being active in your business, following up with them. So don't be discouraged or feel like I shouldn't, I can't, I don't want to be X, Y, and Z. You're just working your business.
Yep. Yep. Oh, 100%. I also think that not an issue, but a thing that even I found myself falling into, especially during 2020 and even into 2021, was that social media was popping, right? So I didn't even have to follow up with people during text messages because people were just ordering bam, 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 bam. And they were looking at all my stuff and they were responding because everybody was online.
Yep.
And it was great. And it was fantastic. But the problem is that we fall into that routine, or we have new consultants who have come in during 2020 or 2021, and that's the way they learned their business, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We experienced so much growth, and there was hyperactivity, and there was a lot of positivity that happened during that time period. But what we can't forget is the roots of this business, which was party planning. Or which was a party-based business, which means that we were eye to eye with people. We were in their homes. We were smelling testers. We were putting wax bars in front of them. They were seeing the warmers in person. Like, we cannot forget that's where we came from. And I think that Scentsy is best shared when people can smell it. Right? Smelling is believing in this business. And so what worked for us in 2020 and 2021 is not going to work forever. Maybe it's still kind of working for you, and that's cool. It's still kind of working for me too. But best believe that train is going to stop very soon because people will want to get offline more now. Right? We've been cooped up for too long, and people are wanting to go out and be face to face. And it may not be in a party type setting, but I promise you, people are not seeing your post as much as they were in 2020. People are not engaging because they don't want to spend all their time online anymore. They don't have to.
Yeah.
The world is opening back up. And so you have to readjust. It comes with the growth mindset. And older consultants, this should be a group that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is not where we came from. That we had to remember how hard it was to adapt to 2020, right? It was hard for me to adapt to not having home parties, to not getting in front of people, to not being able to share it in person. That was hard for me. And then it worked out really great. Social media, we got really good at it, right? A lot of us are thriving on our social medias, and that's wonderful. Don't stop that. But what you have to do is be able to recognize, okay, where are the people at? People are still online, but they're not engaging as much, right? And orders are not falling into your lap because you're posting this picture. You have to, at the risk of sounding spammy and cold messaging, you have to chase people a little bit now. And that's what we were doing before. And it's not in a negative way. It's providing the customer service that Alex was talking about.
Yeah.
Right? It's being front and center and reminding your customers, hey, I'm here. I'm here if you need something. I'm thinking about you, right? It's having that relationship already set up for that.
Yep. And here's the thing, you guys, like point blank and simple, following up with your customers is the difference between you wanting to close an order on a Monday when a launch comes, but you have $60 sitting in a party, AKA you're not ready to close it, and starting to follow up on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for that launch, and you're closing a $500 party, plus you've opened up a shopping link, plus you've had 2 join conversations, plus maybe someone's asking questions about club. That is the difference of simply just not messaging people, not following up, not having those one-on-one conversations and doing it. Like, it is that drastic. Like, if you saw, I posted maybe a week and a half ago, I texted Brie, I'm like, hey, wish me good luck. I'm going to go try to get however much it was in orders. And I just started following up, you know, and by the end of it, I exceeded that. And that's just simply from talking, offering things, being a good consultant. Following up is so important to your business. If you are not following up, like, I beg of you, for your own business and for your customers, start following up.
And if it's something that you've never done before, you can absolutely step into it by doing something very simple and just reaching out and being like, hey, I was thinking of you today. I hope you're having a good Friday. Or I hope you're having a good Wednesday, right? And then on Friday, you can be like, oh, I'm placing an order on Monday. I just wanted to remind you, is there anything that you need, right? And I guarantee you that building of relationships, that continuously putting yourself out there, not just in a Scentsy suit, right? Not just as a Scentsy person, but as a person who's engaging because you care, because you want to, because you're just sending that text because you're thinking of them. I literally do that sometimes. I did that today. I reached out to 2 of my customers because one of them just got married and one of them just got engaged. So I reached out to both of them and I was like, hey, you looked beautiful on your wedding day. Hey, congratulations on your engagement. And I was doing that from the bottom of my heart, knowing though that there's relationships being built there, and that it just, it's so funny. I don't know if anybody ever played Sims in their lifetime, right? If you ever played the game Sims, right? And when you're like playing it and like you are having 2 Sims interact and there's like the little positive like things when they're having like a good interaction, right? Or like it's a negative, you know, like it's, I played Sims growing up. I loved it. But anyways, they have the like positive. I just think that every little thing that we do for our customer, right? Everything, every text message, every follow-up, every email, every post that they're liking or loving or whatever, it's like a positive engagement.
Totally.
Right? It's a positive and it adds to the bank of our relationship. Right? And if it's a Scentsy interaction, that's great. But if it's not a Scentsy reaction, that's also great. If it's a positive interaction. Okay. So the other thing, kind of offline, we were kind of like mixed on this, but I think that it appeals to the masses and it does take it offline in the sense that we're not having to babysit. I think you said that we're not having to babysit. So like when we post on social media, when we post on Instagram or Facebook, you find yourself checking in, right? You find yourself checking back to that Facebook post to see if anybody commented or, you know, did so-and-so see this, or on Instagram, you're like, did somebody like it? Or did they comment on that or whatever? Okay. And that's fine. Right. But in these 2 aspects, I feel like that you don't have to babysit it. It's a kind of one and done thing. So the first thing is Project Broadcast or any other platform where you can send out a mass message. And with that, I'm talking about emails as well. Okay, so Project Broadcast is an app that you pay for, or it's a service that you pay for. It's an app. It's also like you can use on your computer, that you can send a text message to a mass text message to multiple people, right? And you get so many credits, so many messages that you can send back and forth. You can create your own number, and people have to opt into it, right? So you can add people's numbers. Don't do that without permission, but I have people opt into it, right? So they send a text message to that number saying they're opting in. It gets saved into the bank. And then when something launches on Monday, I send a mass message on Friday with a picture of the thing that's launching and a text message. And I pick the time that it's going to send, and it sends out. And that's not something that I have to babysit, right? It's the equivalent to a text message that I get to send to a mass group of people who are my customers, right? It's not a group message, not sent in a group message. It's sent individually from the number. It looks just like a text message. I have it sent to myself too, so I know what it looks like. Okay. Project Broadcast is a great resource. Is it necessary? No. You know why? Because you can go through your text messages, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Do not be paying for something that you can simplify by doing that. Okay. You don't have to use Project Broadcast. I'm just saying that that opportunity is there should you want to create that system in your business. I use Project Broadcast maybe 2-3 times a month, maybe. Okay. It's something that I actually have to evaluate in my business if it's worth it. However, it is something that I picked up during COVID and I thought might be a good addition. I'm still working it out. But emails, me and Alex have talked about emails a lot lately, and that is something that we have both found great return on.
Yeah.
And while it still may feel online, it's not something I have to babysit. It's not a post that I'm having to watch over. It's not multiple comments and I'm have to go back and follow up with people, all that kind
And
of
it's
stuff.
not to the masses. To them, it's one-on-one.
Right. Oh, 100%.
So emails are amazing. I personally don't use Project Broadcast, but once upon a time, I used a similar app called Hit 'em Up,
Yep.
HITEMUP, Hit 'em Up.
Still a thing. I think.
Yeah, still a thing. And that is the same concept. It's like a different design, but emails, man, emails have totally changed my business in the last year for sure.
Yep. So creating a system for your emails, you can even schedule emails. I think with MailChimp, if you use MailChimp in its full capacity, you can schedule the emails. So then you really don't, you can have a total hands-off approach, right? You can spend a couple hours every month creating your emails and then having it sent out whenever you want on a schedule. And I think that that's really great. I don't do that. We do our emails on a weekly basis. We figure it out during the week and send them on Friday. But once it's sent, I don't have to worry about it for a week. I don't have to worry about it for days. And the return on that is PWS order after PWS order after PWS order. Right. And so for me, that is taking my business offline because it's minimal effort spent online that produces an outcome that I want, right? Which is sales, which is conversation, which is potential teamies, adding value, and it's building relationship, right? Because the stuff that I'm putting in my emails is 90% Scentsy, but in my last like 4 emails, I've been talking about our move. I've been talking about things that have been happening in my life, right? Letting them know, hey, I'm still getting caught up on fun mail. Like, this is what happened. My daughter had a seizure. Like, the things that I'm working towards, I'm letting them know in these emails, and I'm giving them like a little snippet update on my life so that there's connection there. Because let me tell you, there is a whole niche of people who still love and cherish emails.
Yeah.
And it's the same group of people who still go get the Sunday paper, right? And so there's that whole generation of people, and myself included. I love a good email.
Me too.
And I miss newspapers. I won't go out and pay for one because they're ridiculous at this point, but emails are really great. And there are people who prefer that, who don't have Facebook. Think about the older people in your life, right? Like your grandma posts, that once a month on Facebook, but she's checking her email daily.
Or the people who work at a desk job and they can't be scrolling Facebook, right? But they can get an email and they can scroll through and see, like, this is really amazing content. I'm learning stuff. I see my Scentsy consultants placing an order on Monday. I still see what's coming, but I can tab over and get my work done, and then pop back over and look at my Scentsy stuff. So I feel like that's a huge audience for email marketing too.
And we intentionally send our emails during the day on Friday.
Like Friday, like mid to late morning, right?
Yes, for 2 reasons. 1, because Fridays are usually paydays. And 2, because it's still during the day where the working people we're trying to target are still at work.
Yep, they're still checking their emails.
Right. So be intentional about it and give it a try. Maybe that's a system you want to implement this summer. You guys, this is the time to be implementing these systems.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so emails, mass communication of some sort. Okay, we'll just do it that way. Mass communication. I know emails still feel online, but to me, it goes both ways. Okay, if it's not something that you have to babysit, and that it's constantly begging your attention, and you have to be glued to your phone, then I consider it more of an offline task, right? I don't know if you can work MailChimp through your phone.
Yeah, I don't.
I
so
don't, I wouldn't
know.
recommend it,
Yeah,
to be quite honest. It's something that I feel like you have to play around with.
totally. Like you
Anyways.
might need the full screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so next up, I'm going to talk about some other different ways that you can work your business offline. And this one I touched on a little bit today during my live on the team page, and that's mailings. Mailings are an amazing way to, one, not only show your personality to people who maybe don't get to see it, show that extra touch to people who don't get to experience that, maybe like as your local customers do, or maybe you run your business all online. And so they don't have a clue, you know, like what type of like packaging or samples that you have until you start sending mailings. Mailings are a really awesome way to get Scentsy in front of your customers right now, right? Get some samples under their noses, get some products that they wouldn't normally try, like a fragrance in a scent circle or a scent pack or a room spray if their order is large and you want to gift them a room spray, things like that. Mailings are a really amazing opportunity to share info about what's going on in the Scentsy world, give them a touch of your own personal life, give them that feeling of gratitude, right? Because you're thankful for their order. And then also you're providing value. You're giving them info on sales and promotions and different things like that. So I think that mailings are super great. Different consultants make their own monthly newsletters. If you're in a group called the Monthly Movement on Facebook, they do a monthly newsletter that is beautiful every single month.
I just used it.
Yeah, I'm going to use that one too.
Yeah.
I basically just open it in Canva, change the information like my name, my phone number, maybe like a picture of me. And then I print it out and I put that in all my mailings. So they know when they order from me, they're going to get a gift, which is fun mail. And that's going to have like a scent circle in it, plus a sample, plus information about what's current. Okay. So this is a really amazing way to just continue to build that relationship that we just keep talking about, because it is so important, that relationship with your customers, that one-on-one relationship and trust. And I feel like sending the mailing with the information, a little bit of gratitude, maybe the gift for them or the samples, that does a lot for a customer. That has them feeling, go ahead, girl. That has them feeling so connected to you as their Scentsy consultant, right? That's what has them wanting to refer you. That's what has them typing your name super speedy quick when someone's asking for a Scentsy consultant. And then they're over here texting you like, hey, I just recommended you on a post about a light bulb, right? And they're excited about that because they know how thankful you are for their support and your business, and they enjoy sharing that for you. I feel what?
Yeah, no, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and even at like the bare basic of that, who doesn't love to get something fun in the mail, right? Like when you know you're getting a package, you're like watching UPS, or you're watching the mailman from like the window 2 days before, right? And so like they may not know that they're getting it, but they're going to be so excited to receive it. And so even if it's not accompanied by a thank you because they haven't placed an order, even if you make the monthly mailings or whatever a thing in place of, you say that's easier than emails, right? So I'm just going to do mailings and I'm going to send it to my 50 customers or whatever, and you send that out. Holy cow, I bet you your business will blow up. The Monthly Movement, it's a Facebook page on Facebook. Yeah,
it's a group on Facebook that has like files, and they'll upload it into the files or like post a thing. So, but yes, mailings are an amazing way to continue to build that trust, the relationships, the connection with your customers. It's great. Like I love getting mail that isn't like a bill, you know, and your customers do too. And especially when they order from you and then they see they get mail, right? And then so they're so excited and they order again and they know they're going to get mail. Like that's an awesome system to create that just keeps the excitement going. So I think working your business offline with mailings is huge, especially, you know, like for me, that is something that I have made a system in my business. It's something that I have decided I'm going to do these mailings. This is what this looks like for me, right? It's the consistency factor of it. So if mailings is something that you want to step into, I would really evaluate how you want that to look, right? Because there's many different ways. Like Bree said, some people just do like monthly mailings where they send it to their 50 most recent customers. For me, I just do it for my customers who order online. And then occasionally I'll be like, hey, I have some new catalogs, who wants one? Or hey, this scent is amazing, who wants a sample? And then people who want the sample, I'll send it to them. So I do those types of things with intention, like maybe when things are slower or I need more engagement, right? But that's online.
Yeah, it's online.
That's online. So scratch that. Okay.
I mean, it's fine. It's still an idea, and you can do it around season change. It's a great time to do it. But yeah.
Yep. Another way that's amazing to work your business, and this goes back to the roots of Scentsy, you guys, where I just want us all to just experience, especially if you have not, and that is parties and events.
Yeah.
Y'all knew I would go there at some point, right? Parties and events are the like bread and butter of building your Scentsy business.
Like that cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. Like it's like it's life. Rolls. It's like it's like the kind you want to bathe in. Like it's that kind so of good. It's like you just want to eat it with a spoon. Okay.
Yeah. Specifically, I'm going to specifically talk parties first, because that's where that's where I personally blew my business up, you guys. Like, I'm not joking.
So I've been craving a roll with butter.
Oh yeah, that sounds so good. Yeah, no, sorry, not sorry, because that's delicious. But honestly, you guys, I blew my business up with home parties. Like, no joke. That is how I went from like having 5 customers to having 50 customers in like 2 months. Okay. Like, it will blow your business up if you can just get a string of parties going.
You only need one good party.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Yeah. You just need one party where someone books a party, and then you're at that party and someone books a party, and you're at that party and someone books a party. And here you are 4 parties later. You don't know a single person there because you met your host at the last party. So you hardly even know her. And so here you are 4 parties in, and you have like 25 new people in your VIP group. You have 2 people that just joined. You have 4 parties on the books, and your business is all sorts of buzzing, like all sorts of buzzing. Your VIP group is popping because you have all these excited people, right? Your parties are popping. Your customer base is popping. Your new consultants are popping. Your new consultants are hitting their new consultant goals because they're flipping parties. Okay. Your new consultants are recruiting consultants because someone at their party wanted to join. Okay. Parties literally are amazing. What, bro?
The cinnamon butter got to her, you guys. See how
I'm serious though. I'm so serious. Yeah. Home parties are amazing. Who was it that just had a home party? Someone commented that they had a home party.
I don't remember who it
over
was.
The weekend. Go you, whoever that was. It is so good to
Cynthia had the whole party.
Okay, Cynthia, go Cynthia. It is so nice to see that consultants are having home parties again, because honestly, like, it was a huge stab to the heart with COVID that like those
the worst,
like those weren't a thing anymore. Like people weren't even wanting to smell testers. Right? Because like, whose noses were they under before? Okay. So the fact that home parties are coming back, dude, I know for many new consultants, it seems so out of your comfort zone because you probably joined in the time that no one was even talking about home parties. Like, they weren't a thing.
And here's the thing too, that we have to like address is that home parties and the people who want to do home parties it's a niche group of people, right? Because we have like a generation where it's like, they'd rather do the text party, or they'd rather not do a party because MLM or direct sales or whatever, right? We have that happening, right? But for every one of those people you see, there are like 3 people who were attending Tupperware parties back in the 90s. That's right.
Yeah, that's a really great point, because you think of like people our age, younger, we're getting to a point that there's people younger than us, right? Crazy. So weird. So like our age and people younger, like they might not want to do a home party, and that's okay, because frankly, they might freaking rock the personal shopping links, or they might rock the text parties or the grab bags that they take to their work or whatever.
But go for the older established people, because they've got older established
friends,
friends,
money.
Wait, I mean,
It's
we say
true.
that jokingly, but
But
the
it's
reality of it is that a lot of my successful parties were from
Older
older
women.
women,
Yep.
right? Who were like established in their career,
And they
maybe
know what
retired.
a Scentsy party is.
Right. They know what because since he's been around for so
Yeah.
long, like,
Yep. And like, that's like a fun
Truly.
thing for them to do with their girlfriends on a Friday night.
so maybe if you're struggling to book home parties because you're posting it online or reaching out to your like friends who are your age, maybe you should be going to your neighbor's house or joining a local bunco group with some
Yep.
older women, or
Yep.
you know, like you should be broadening your horizons outside of your
So
age
important.
group or outside of people you normally hang
Your
out
comfort
with,
zone
your
of
comfort
people.
zone.
Yeah.
Because there is a whole generation, there's a whole niche of people who love the parties, right?
And they love Scentsy.
Yeah.
They want a good consultant.
Right,
And
right.
they would love to smell all the testers. They would love to see the new air purifier in person.
If you don't have an older woman buying from you who just thinks that you are like sweeter than butter,
The
and
cutest thing
sweeter than
ever,
honey,
loves your
like, yeah,
kids.
and just like the best,
Yeah.
you need to go find yourself.
Yes, you
right?
do.
And
You
Erica
do.
brings up a really good point. Honestly, you
Yes.
can be a host of your own party. Throw your own dang party.
Yep.
Invite your neighbors, invite your neighborhood,
Yup.
invite those bunco ladies,
Invite your local customers.
invite your mom's friends.
Yup.
Right? Invite them
Yep.
and have your own party.
Yep.
And start getting, I don't know. We're not hungry. I don't get it.
Yeah, we're not hungry. It's
So,
just Texas
butter is
Roadhouse
just an
butter.
easy,
What's
yeah.
the problem?
Anyways, I'm sorry, you
There's
guys.
no problem with that.
No, never a problem with butter.
No.
So RJ's gonna be like, why were you late? Because we're talking about butter.
Yeah.
So throw your own dang party. Erica's
Please.
absolutely right. If you are having trouble booking your own party, throw a party, make it the best dang party you ever had.
Have conversations about parties at your party.
Right. And book parties there.
Yes.
I would say don't even stress about the sales part of it, right?
Definitely.
Go into it with the intention to book 3 parties from your party, right? Make it as fun as possible, not expensive as possible, as fun as possible. So people will want to book their parties.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And additionally, you guys just say, please host a party with me.
Yeah.
Please host a party with me. I'm really trying to expand my network. You would be amazing at it. You're going to get free and half off Scentsy. You have the perfect coworkers or aunts. I feel like we all know someone who would show up at our own open house
Just to support us.
that we could have that conversation with.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, like I had that conversation with my best friend and she had a party with me and I met customers from her party. Okay. So, especially newer consultants who maybe didn't have a formal in-person launch party. They've never had a home party. You guys, this is an amazing thing to step into. An amazing thing. Don't be held back by never doing it. The fact that you've never done it before. Okay.
Let it be the new thing you do
Yeah.
this summer.
Yeah.
Like
Why
the
the
summer
heck
is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Heck, if you've got a nice backyard, if you've got a pool, like invite people over and call it a swim and smell
Yep.
party.
Yep.
Like
splash and sniff, man.
Yeah. Oh, so cute.
That's so cute.
I want a pool now.
Who needs a splash and sniff?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
do.
so cute.
Invite me.
Sharice, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, girl.
Yeah. Honestly, parties are amazing. If I could encourage you to do anything, would be host your own party, book a home party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Additionally, events. I'm not the event queen. Okay. If you want to go learn about hardcore events, like you can look up consultants.
Jennifer Anderson, Debbie Pitts-Palmer.
Tiffany Burns, Debbie Pitts-Palmer. Okay.
Those
They
are event queens.
rock events. I'm talking, but they got the whole shabam. And
Yeah.
frankly, I would love it if someone in our group rocked events.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, events can be really amazing.
Yeah.
But also they can start small.
Yep.
And they can start in your local community. And that's really the
That's
events
what
that I
did.
do.
Yeah.
That's the
Same.
events that I do.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't want to be at a state fair of Texas. I want to stick with the local churches,
Yeah.
the local schools,
Yeah.
the local PTAs, the local
Yep.
pre-Ks
Yep.
around here, where I can pop up shop in their, courtyard or in their playground with my local people
For a
and
couple hours.
yeah, for a couple hours. I don't
Yeah.
need crazy amount of stock. I don't need a trailer to haul it. I don't need an extra insurance policy. That's where I lie on the events
Same.
thing. But there are levels to it, man. Like honestly, like if events fire you up and sounds so cool, explore it. Like
Yeah.
there is amazing growth opportunity there, not only for high PRV, but high team building, team connection, things like that. Okay. But events are really, really good for networking.
Dude, Debbie Pitts Palmer recruits people by the tens at events.
Yeah.
Literally recruits people by the tens. And Jennifer Anderson meets probably dozens of customers per day at her.
Yeah.
Like lifelong customers.
Yep.
Per day at the events that she does on the
Yep.
weekends.
Yep.
Like there is so much opportunity
Yep.
in events. And the biggest part about it is that you are face to face with people and you have your product and you have the stuff. And it's like, yeah, they could walk away from you, but they really don't have a choice. Like you are there in their face. And it's hard to walk away
And
from
the
a table
products
that
that
smells
they
good.
want are there and
Yeah.
in their face. It's not
Yeah.
ordering it and
Right.
waiting for it to come in most of the time. But you
Yeah.
can do that at events.
You can do that.
Especially smaller events.
Yeah.
Events are an amazing way to meet new customers, to get new people into your pipeline, to pull people to the online part of your business, right? And so if you are wanting to start events, I would say start small, right?
Yeah.
Tori says, since he doesn't encourage stock, sure,
That's absolutely true.
you're right.
The people who do that, the people who do have like loads and loads of stock are the people who typically don't do any parties.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
and
this is their thing.
And so the host rewards that they're gathering 10 months out of the year is going towards having that stock that they then sell thousands and thousands of dollars of
Yep.
product at their month-long show that they do.
Yep.
Right. And so that's like their gig. That's what they
Yes.
work towards all year long. And
Yes.
so, yes, you're right. But again, it starts with starting small if that's something that you want to do,
Yes.
and building up to it, and then
Yes.
recognizing that that becomes your business like baseline.
Right. And so like the people who do events, Jennifer Anderson, Debbie Pitts Palmer, Tiffany Burns, like that's the way that they build their business.
That's how they're making
Period.
money.
They
Lots
like
of money.
Jennifer Anderson will sell $20,000 in one weekend at the Ohio State Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what she does. She doesn't do home parties. She doesn't do Facebook parties. Okay. She does her events. And you better believe that 10 years ago when she started with a small table
She talks about it.
with a few warmers, a few bars, and she built from that.
Yeah.
So don't feel like you're competing with someone who's 10 years in at the Ohio State Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Get your small table at your local church, put a raffle box up, tell everyone, hey, I'm doing a raffle for this free Scentsy warmer. All you have to do is fill out your info and get their info.
Yep.
While they're filling out their info, have you ever used Scentsy before? Oh, that's awesome. If you join my VIP group here, you'll get this free sample bag and have a QR code for them to scan your VIP group, get into your VIP group, give them a sample bag. Okay.
Mhm.
From there, the magic can bloom.
Yep.
Especially if you're there again 6 months from now or a year from now.
Or you're texting them next week.
Yep.
And
Or you're
asking how they like the
exactly.
sample.
Yep, exactly. Or you're messaging them, letting them know that you were so happy that they
Yep.
joined, or you're offering to drop off a catalog because they're right down the street.
That's always my
Okay.
driving force at events, is to meet people and build relationships later. Right. I'm not caring because I don't carry a lot of stock. I don't worry about selling stuff. Like it's cool if I make my money back or whatever. But my goal is to meet people because
Yep.
I'm good at the customer servicing. I'm not good at the events thing.
Yep.
I'm good at
Same.
meeting people, get me in front of somebody. We can become friends. I'll get their number and we will follow up later.
Yep.
Like that's how I work my events. And I know that's how Alex does the same. And so if you have the opportunity, for events and you're not wanting to do like the big deal thing, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Go into it
Yeah.
thinking about.
I mean, I would say if you're starting events, don't go into it trying to book the big, huge Ohio State Fair, 5,000.
or trying to sell thousands of dollars
Yes.
worth of Scentsy in that weekend.
Yes. I've never done that at an event. I've probably done 15 different events in my 7 years of Scentsy. I've never sold more than maybe like $700. And that was awesome. Obviously that's
right,
awesome.
right.
But where I feel like I'm walking away from the event like a winner is with a stack of drawing slip entries with people highlighted that they mentioned joining, or that they, have 3 kids and want to stay home with them. Those notes that I'm taking from meeting these people and then following up with them later. That's kind of where the magic really happens, especially starting events.
Yeah.
Okay. Additionally, I'm just going to roll through some things here. Face-to-face marketing. Right. So when you're wearing your Scentsy shirt and you're picking up your kid from school, oh, you sell Scentsy? Yes, girl. I love selling Scentsy. It is my favorite thing. Do you use Scentsy? Oh my gosh, you do. Let me add you to my customer group. Like I'll bring you some samples tomorrow. Right.
Yeah.
Like obviously that moves to online, but it starts face to face. Right.
Or you can get their number.
Yep.
Be like, hey, if you give me your address and your number,
Yep.
I'll send you something in the mail.
Yep. Sure.
Or I'll text you tomorrow with details of when my next order is going in, or I'll send
Sure.
you the digital catalog.
Yep. Sure. Also giving scent circles to your kids' teachers,
Baristas.
Baristas,
People at your church.
not hostesses, waiters and waitresses,
Anybody.
anyone.
Be
right?
like Oprah out there with your scent circles.
Yep.
Like, you get a scent circle, you get a scent circle.
Yep.
Like, really, there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
People love to receive things. People love to receive free things. People love to receive free things that smell good.
Yep. And
Like-
especially the compliment while you're giving it to them. It's like, oh my gosh, she just came through my drive-through line, gave me a tip, gave me a sensor, gave me a compliment. And then what the heck is this? Scentsy? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Let me scan this QR code because I'm interested. Right?
It doesn't have to be complicated.
No.
Doesn't have to be weird.
No.
You just have to do it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay. And then marketing in your community, it's kind of the same thing, right? Join the PTA group. If you go to the same nail salon, like offer to put a warmer in there and fill up the bar once a week. If you live in an apartment complex, offer to put a warmer up in the office. If you live in an HOA, like see when their vendor events are happening. Just get out there, guys. Like get out there and open your mouth, right? Like one of the best things that you can do for your business is just move. Just do something. Just do anything to move forward. Open your mouth, talk to people, offer things, follow up, provide customer service. There's a million more ways to work your business online. In fact, if you guys have any ways that you guys work offline. If you guys have ways that you work your business offline, please put them in the comments just so we can run over those ideas that we haven't mentioned. But truly, there's so many different avenues that you can approach when it comes to working your business offline. It again goes to what's going to work for you, what's going to be something that you can be consistent with, what's going to be something that you can hold yourself accountable to. And I think that's important because without that realization, anything that you decide to do could easily become a flop, right? So find what you want to focus on and be intentional with it and actually focus on it. Okay. So yes, let me stop. I think that's it.